Welcome to Forgo TV. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. So today I kind of want to go over some stuff I've been doing lately with some AI and training kind of my face. My avatar's face is kind of based off of my face, so I've got some different variations, a little bit over 250 different variations I made with AI and kind of telling it different styles and how to do things. So you can see this one's pretty good, at least I think anyway, of what my... Oh, I scowl a little bit. But anyway, there's some really cool things that came out with this, but all of these images were based off of AI. And what I've got is I've got kind of a DreamBooth setup, and it's kind of going through Blender is where I can edit most of these. Like you can see this image here is the same as I don't know, one of the other ones down here. As you can see, there's a huge variety that I popped out. But it's a DreamBooth kind of setup that I've hacked together between different GitHub kind of distributions of people trying to get it to work with Ubuntu. It's how I generate the checkpoint file, how I actually train the AI to make it kind of know how to draw my face, basically. And then once you do that, you can put that into the Blender as a separate file that will, if you use a keyword, it will go ahead and generate an image based off of the keyword. So you can put a keyword in there and say, this dude as a troll or something, and it'll come out with that. Or I forget what the prompts were for a lot of these, but a lot of them turned out really, really interesting. It's quite a neat technology because it only takes, I think it took maybe 2 or 3 hours to train the AI on my face. And then just by putting in different art styles and different weights on the art styles, it'll, kind of take part of your face and different, whether or not you want a full part of your face in there or just part of your face in there. So it's got some interesting things that it comes up with for sure. I think this one I was looking for an elf one and it came up with that. I thought it was pretty cool. There's some superhero ones I was trying to come up with, but like this one, you can see the two faces here. This face is like the original one. There was that one way up top that had a different haircut. And that's basically what in-painting is. So that's the same image, but instead of the stubbled head, in Blender, I could basically clear all this out and then tell it that I want, white striped, streaked hair, and it does a pretty good job of blending it all in and making it look like it was part of the original image. So it's really neat what you can do with the in-painting stuff just because it's all tied into Blender. So once it's trained, you can generate images, and I've kind of got it, I think, on, let me see if I've got, I can get this to do. There we go. Yeah, so this is my Blender deal here, but I've got some AI upscaling that we can do. You can generate images based off of other images. So if you have like a particular style or if you've got a particular layout of things, then it will mimic that and then generate an image based off of that. This is the in-painting that I was talking about, where you can basically go, select this and say I want like a star in here, like maybe I'll put so maybe we'll do this, and let's say we want spaceship flying. I'm not sure if that's accurate enough. I think I probably have to be more definitive with that, but let's see what it does. Didn't do anything. I don't know if that'll work either, but we'll see. It's actually been a couple days since I messed with it, but there's different things that you could do. Well, it changed it a little bit. I don't think it's doing what we want. How about still landscape with spaceships and sky? Give it one more shot here. But it's since it's also in Blender, you can generate textures with it. You can generate textures that have that didn't do anything. You can generate textures that have like a oh, what is the word that I'm looking for? Not scale, but basically tiles. So that basically it looks like an infinite image. And there's some really interesting ones that that this thing has come out with. But so yeah, there's that, and then let me go back here to yeah. So yeah, anyway, that's what the inpainting does. Basically, you can kind of change images around. It's fun messing with that, and it's really kind of interesting how accurate it is. This is another one that I inpainted from a different image that I got from kind of like an AI generated story that I was doing, and I'll probably post it up. I've got my brother looking at it. He does some music and voiceovers, and so I'm gonna have him. Maybe I might have him do some voiceovers in the music for the. It's like an AI generated short story where like the whole storyline is written by AI, and then my brother would be doing the sound, but the all the images are generated by AI, and then I've got it in Blender where it storybooks the whole thing. So it's kind of an interesting, like kind of like a detective thing that I came up with of cyberpunk detective of the future. So I just kind of roll with that and generate images based off of the story. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll probably post it at some point. But some of these, some of these are definitely different. You can get it looking like you're, like you were in the 1800s, whatever it is. And then some of them, because I've got some images where I've got my glasses on and some images where I don't. And then you can also kind of define whether or not you want glasses or not. So you could tell it, give me some glasses. That's kind of like, it's not so good at the, it's better at the close up because that's mostly what I fed it. I didn't really feed it a whole lot of like full body shots. So it doesn't have a whole lot of understanding on how the body should go together. I think is what pretty much goes on. So it has a hard time when you pull it out like that. Like that face is all mangled, but it's still pretty cool. I think I was looking for like a tiger, like a mix of a tiger, and that's what it came up with, which is kind of interesting. That was another one where I was looking for a mix of a tiger, and that's what it comes up with. So it's not so good at the far away, like this one didn't do so good on the face. I tried in painting that one a couple times, I think, too. But it's DreamBooth and GitHub. There's a few things on YouTube. There's a few things you can find. It's pretty technical to try and just trying to get it to work. In virtual environments and things of that nature. But once you get it working, it's pretty neat. And then there's some really other cool things you could do with AI and some of the machine learning stuff where you just feed. I did a training for teaching. I'm trying to train text to generate text like kind of like a customer service bot for the wiki is kind of what I'm trying to try. I want to try to start training it on the database of wiki so that when you type in like what does an Aatrox do, it can just go through the database and like know what the answers should be for that. But some of that training is insane because it's like days of training, even with my computer, just to get like a basic data set to where it can actually write something coherent and actually do like more than a paragraph of coherent structured story, because it's so much it's so far back that you kind of have to like be looking forward at the same time that you're looking backward. So it's a really interesting kind of complicated way to train it, but hopefully I'll get to that point. And then I've also got some training going for like Aatroxes. So like it'll be kind of the same as to say, give me a face of the keyword for my face. It'll be the keyword for Aatrox and then put it into an image. So like an Aatrox running across a field in the mountains, hopefully put an Aatrox running across a field, by some mountains, and we'll see how that does. Because this is like, me riding a horse, and this is what it comes up with. But my face isn't so good. But I'm thinking an Aatrox would probably be a little bit easier to do something like this, where it'd be more like a horse, like draw me a horse, just draw me an Aatrox. And then if I give it enough angles, I'm really curious to see how it will actually envision what an Aatrox looks like given a few angles, because it's pretty good at kind of getting a 3D approximation of what the face should be looking like in different scenarios. So I don't know. It's kind of fascinating, but that's what I've been doing. It's DreamBooth. It's on Blender also. It's Dream Texture. I think there's a Blender attachment for that I'm kind of using, and then I've got some other code. There's another guy that made an add-on that has some other things, and it's all in Python with Blender. So Blender's open source and it's Python code. So you can take little bits of some add-ons, and you can put it into other add-ons and kind of make it mix and match. So that's kind of what I really enjoy about Blender. And so that's what I've been doing with this. And hopefully we'll have more. But yeah, hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching.